Yo, what's up everybody? It's your boy Buttermink coming back to you with our IBL D-League Week 7 battle versus Obo and his Houston Laxes. Now for this game, Obo and I decided, you know what, we'll have a little fun with it. We'll do 3 meme sets and 3 real sets, and we'll play it out like that. So I get to show off most of my memes in this one. I'll explain the one I didn't get to show off. I'll tell you right now though, my memes are Mew, Alolan Persian, and Zeraora, while my real sets are Gigalith, Excadrill, and Ribombee. Gigalith is a Stealth Rock, Gigalith with Toxic, it has Rock Tomb, and it also has something else, and it's carrying the smooth rock. Then Excadrill is a standard sand sweeping Excadrill. Nothing too special about it. I believe it's Expert Belt this week, not Life Orb. Then we have Ribombee, who is Quiver Dance 3 attacks with HP Fire for Kartana. And then I have my 3 meme sets, which I don't want to spoil, so let's just jump right into the video. So I'm going to lead off with my Mew, because this is one of my favorite memes that I have, and I figured, you know, it's nice to lead out with your best meme. So I'm just going to lead with Mew, and he's going to lead with Kartana. Now, I've bought defensive Mew a lot this season, and he doesn't know my memes yet, so he's just going to switch out, because I might be defensive and have Cobra Berry or just live his hit and burn him. So he goes right out into my Melodic, but I'm just going to Swords Dance. Now, I know you're thinking, Swords Dance Rock Polish isn't a meme, but don't worry, I'm not quite done yet. So he's going to go into Milotic and pop his Marvel Scale with his Bone, and I'm going to just set up another Swords Dance. I know you're like, but Marvel Scale ignores, well, it doesn't ignore, but it reduces the damage, so what are you planning on doing to this? But don't you worry. Don't you worry, all will be revealed in good time. As he actually goes for a Coil, which is interesting. I've not seen Coil Milotic ever in a serious match, but then again, you know, this is probably one of his memes. As he's going to get to +2 defense, well, +3 technically, and I'm going to get to +6 attack. And now, I'm going to reveal why I have Swords Dance in the first place, as my Mew is going to explode all over this Milotic. And it's just, surprisingly, I didn't expect this to kill, but it just completely knocks out this Milotic. So, that was a thing of beauty. When I saw that Milotic go down, I was just like, woo, let's go Mew! Now I'm going to go out into Garfield, as he sends out Entei, and I do have Parting Shot on this, just because it's such a good move in general. And I'm going to Parting Shot out on the Entei, and then I'm going to go out into Gigalith, since most attacks that he wants to go for, unless it's like a Stomping Tantrum, are going to just bounce off. As I'm going to also set the Sand, as, you know, Gigalith does. As he actually reveals that he's special with Fire Blast, and because he's at -1 and I'm a rock type in the sand, it's just going to bounce off and do absolutely nothing. As he's actually going to reveal the Power Herb Solar Beam on me this turn, which is neat. Neat tech. I appreciate that. But it's just, like I said, -1, I'm a rock type in sand. That does like a whole 30 as I get a Toxic off on this Entei. As it's basically now completely useless against me, as it can do absolutely nothing. Because Solar Beam takes 2 turns to charge in the sand, and it's doing like 30 anyway. As he's going to switch out this time into his Kartana, as I'm going to set up, I believe, yeah, I'm just going to set up my Stealth Rocks, get those up, because, you know, he has 3 Mons weak to them in the back, and unless this Kartana's carrying Defog, he doesn't have it. As I'm just going to go into Zeraora and, you know, figure out a play that he's going to make. He's just going to go for a straight Leaf Blade, which, you know, fair enough. Actually, since I don't get to reveal, but knockoff, I was actually Black Glasses Zeraora with knockoff Snarl Tone Claws, and I was a 4th Dark type move. Basically, my reasoning was Zero Aura. A lot of people say it should be a fighting type, so I figured, you know what, I'll give it Black Glasses and have it carry just only Dark moves. So that was a Mono Dark Zero Aura. And yes, it's terrible versus his team as well, but, you know, you gotta have a little fun. As I know he's not Scarfed now, because he switched out on my Mew, first of all, but since Zero Aura also outsped him, and I'm just going to pop the HP Fire, and the Katana's just gonna fall. As he's gonna go into Entei again, as I have just basically a really free switch in to Gigalith here again, because he's revealed that he can't touch me. As this time he's just going to, I believe he fires off another Fire Blast, just attacking what's in front of him, which is fair enough. Oh no, he's gonna go for the Reflect, which was neat tech. Reflect Entei, solid. As I'm going to just this turn, since he's taking all this damage from Toxic and Rocks and Sand, I'm going to just then click Rock Tomb, and whatever comes in basically doesn't want to take it, because then it gets its speed lowered, and you know, he has 3 mons that are currently weak to it. As he actually switches into Crook, as I reveal this Edge, or the Rock Tomb, as he's just going to go for the Earthquake, but since Gigalith is just so bulky, I knew it could live one of anything, and I just Toxic this thing, so I put it on a timer as well, because I knew I could survive any one hit. And it's at -1 speed, so even if it's Scarfed, I now get basically a free switch into Rebound, because I can eat an Earthquake pretty darn easily, as that's what I'm going to do. And as you see, it does do over half to me. I'm at 128, and if I'm remembering correctly, it knocks me down to like, yeah, 60 exactly. So it definitely does over half to me, but now I force this Crook out. And at this point, I should have actually Quiver Danced and basically would have won the game, because Entei was really low and would have had to take another round of Rocks and Toxic, and I would have been able to sweep with a Bombi. But I just decide not to risk it, and I go for straight Moonblast. And yeah, I knock out the Entei, as now he goes back into Crook, which basically confirms that it's Scarfed. But since I don't necessarily want to, I want to get Gigalith in for free, basically. He's going to go for the Earthquake and knock me out and get the Moxie boost. As the next turn, I'm actually going to just go straight into Gigalith. Because I wanted to make sure he was definitely in range of Iron Head from Excadrill. And after 1 round of Toxic, he wasn't. So I figured at that point, I'll just sack off B. And then I'll go in Gigalith, set the Sand, sack it off, and this thing will take another round of Toxic, which will put it in range of an Excadrill's Iron Head. As he's just going to go for the Earthquake straight again. As obviously it's going to knock me out. He's a +1, I'm at 28 HP. I'm just sacking this Gigalith off to get more chip damage on him, as Gigalith is going to drop as well, as he's just going to get another Moxie boost, which fair enough. And he's now going to be at about 45%, and that puts him in range of my Adamant Excadrill's Iron Head. So I'm just going to click that, and it's going to knock out this Crocodile, so that gets rid of that thing, which otherwise probably would have won from there. As he's going to go into Intimidate Mince, he reveals his Intimidate right here. So I figure, alright, it's probably physical, so my best switch-in is Potion. Because I also have the Z Icy Wind, which was my set on this potion, is Z Icy Wind Technician with HP Fire and Nasty Plot as the fire. He's actually going to reveal that he's special with Fire Blast, and that's going to do quite a lot of damage. But I know I'm faster than him because of the Sandstorm, as he reveals he's a very bulky Mince because he's got the lefties. As I'm going to just pop off my ICMZ right here and bury this poor Salamence under a molten layer of icy hot ice. Icy hot ice, huh. But yeah, this thing doesn't stand a chance at surviving this, as I just blast him with the Sub-Zero Slammer. Beautiful animation, by the way. You don't see it ran very often unless you, like, facing a KB, but I'm glad it worked out so well here, as he's actually going to go into Mega Altera, and at this point I still have like 3 turns of sand, so even if he kills me this turn, I'm fine. So I'm just going to click Icy Wind, just to get some chip to guarantee that he's in range of a Iron Head from Excadrill, since, you know, I still outspeed in sand. In fact, I outspeed outside of sand, unless he's running a lot of speed. But he actually Dragon Dances because he thought my Ice attack was Ice Beam, so it ended